And the domestic abuse allegations,
Right.
did anything really come of that, or what was that all about? Was that just the
We had
bad
an
time?
argument at the townhouse I was at. We had parked in the garage door was open. I don't know what the neighbor felt she saw, but she had called the police, and we both explained to the police. Liz had a mark on her face from walking the dogs like a week prior, a scrape mark. But when the police came, the one police guy, we kind of both felt that he wanted to take me to jail. So Liz and I both felt that way. And we both told him that we had two dogs, a German Shepherd and a Husky, and they could get frisky with each other, and they wrapped him on her leg, and she fell down, had an abrasional mark on her face now she'd been crying because we'd argued that night. It wasn't a physical thing.
Right.
But she was crying, but even the officers were there that night when they came out and the guy cuffed me. They're all like, well, this is one of those calls from a nosy neighbor, and we'll be out of here in a few minutes. There's probably a dozen cops outside, and the cop station was right down the street, and they were all hanging out at Lex Luger's place. So, so we were both Liz and I were both shocked. It happened. It was a tumultuous time. A lot of drama goes on. When you're making bad decisions in life, things go downhill. They go down quickly. So that's all it's kind of wrapped into all the horrible things that happened in a very, very tragic time.
Because she passed away not too much long after
Yeah.
that. And what was it exactly that Miss Elizabeth had taken that night?
I never got saw a toxicology report. I wouldn't be. It was alcohol and a couple of different pills. I mean, she seemed fine. That night we were watching movies together, and she was standing in the microwave next to me 1 minute. I took her food over to her and was heating mine up. In the microwave, the next minute she wasn't responding or breathing.
Wow.
I was total shock.
And
Still
you were
shocked.
probably on pills at that time too, so you were probably...
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't like, I was making food, and
yeah.
I wasn't like, I had messed up a lot back then. I wasn't really messed up.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like she was all that messed up at the time. So it was a shock. I was like, when she didn't respond, I just immediately dialed 911, and they were there within, like it seemed like a minute and a half, because they were right down the street, like I told you.
Yeah.
And they were there, and when they worked on her and ran her out the ambulance, I said, this isn't good. But at the same time, I thought, well, they got her now. She's going to make it. So what went through my mind. Didn't find out till later what happened, that she didn't make it. But they rushed her out the paramedics were working on her and rushed her out the ambulance. I thought, we always think we're going to make it, right? But somebody speak to youngsters now, so if I tell them, you just never know.
I'm in jail. You're in jail.
I'm an atheist, and I meet a pastor, a chaplain in jail.
Right.
Go figure.
And tragedy has struck. There's been a death that, with whatever circumstances.
Oh, my life
surrounding
had taken so many dark paths, and there was so much collateral damage.
Right.
Most tragic of all, the death of Elizabeth. Yeah,
Right.
just, oh my goodness.
So, in that position, when you're in jail, and Pastor
All
Steve,
bad choices I made, by the way, yeah.
Of course. And Pastor Steve comes to you, you ignore him, you have no interest in him, of course.
Yeah.
He wants you to,
What would a child chaplain want to speak to me about?
he wants you to train him,
That's what he said.
and that's when a bond is formed, sort of.
He hunted me down. I got out of jail. I was there for almost 4 months then. One reason I talked to him, I was so bored in there.